So, hey there, Jared. I just finished my smoke break. Shooting it off the cuffs, just like you, short sleeve by now. Sunset at beautiful Horn. I actually just went out for a bike ride, and I was thinking over our situation. Several of situations that we can think about, and which angle to take. So here I am, sitting on a park bench, watching your video, having this view, and I let it soak in. And then I thought, Jared's a great dad. So actually this message is going to be for that little girl with the blonde hair. And if things aren't going exactly as planned, or if you think you're getting bored, or something goes clunky, or you're thinking, who's this weird guy talking into my screen at me, all the way from across the world. And then I thought, you must be wondering what your dad is doing. He has these markers out. He's talking to mom, who's holding the phone or the camera. And you got cartoons, but you're also wondering, what's dad up to? So, I've had quite some experience with talking and playing with little girls and keeping them happy as well. And that's important to me. And as I can imagine, it's important to your dad as well. Ja man, ga je gang, dankjewel. Als je rustig aan doet, pico man, dank je. So yeah, this is a public park, and this is how we cross each other. By the way, did you notice? All of us were concerned about safety first. That's something your dad was talking about, actually. He's using a model to explain that. Did you see him draw that pyramid? I tried to etch it out here in the sand. Dankjewel. I'm at a public park, so it's not exactly technical difficulties, but I might get distracted a bit. Safety. Your dad has this pyramid drawn out. And at the base, he thinks it's important. And actually a lot of people think that way. That you get fed. That you can eat. And that's the way that you can play all day. Because you want to go outside. But that's actually another step up this ladder. That's where they say it's important to be safe. Because your mommy and daddy really want to keep you safe. And the people around you as well. Your neighbors, your classmates in school. And they do that because they care about you a lot. They feel you in your heart. I'm sure you have a place specially kept away for your mom and dad when you're away from them, and that you carry them in your heart. That's what we feel here, right here in the center of the pyramid. So, what also happens here is, are you happy or are you sad? And you know what? I bet you that if dinner is late, or someone was rude against you at the playground, you're not going to be happy. You might be mad. Get real mad. Maybe you think you have to push that person away. You're choosing for yourself then. It's important to know that when you want to maintain your safety, that sometimes you have to stand up, be aggressive, and push someone out. That's also kind of selfish. But then on the other side, you have a choice, right? You can push someone away, then you want to fight. But you can also think, that person has more friends than I have right now, and is a lot bigger. So you might want to think, getting into a fight, not the smartest thing to do. And maybe something in your heart is telling you that as well. And that's a feeling that you get from something your parents, your grandparents, their grandparents, and many grandparents before that have learned and also given to you. And that's also saved in a special place. That's right here at the back of your head. Sometimes when you get angry, you might even feel that throb. You know that? When that comes up in your heart, you get angry. And then the only thing that you can think, I want to be safe. And that's your right. That's at the base of that pyramid right here. Because if you're safe, then you can also have lunch in peace. I don't know what kind of goodies your mommy puts into your lunchbox, but I'm sure that there's always something right in there that you wouldn't want to share. But suppose a bigger girl or some rough boys come around, horse around, and take away your apple. But they're with too many, they're too big, and you're too scared. So you sit still and you hope that it gets over soon. And then you lose a little bit. Can you see that L that I pointed out in the gravel right here? So we're going to switch the camera, see if you can put it in there. Call it technical challenges, not necessarily difficult. Let's see. How can I switch this? Nope, that's a picture. So I'm afraid you have to take me on my word, or I'll have to just be lucky. There's an L right at the point of my shoe. You lose. That's also something that your dad actually put there as selflessness. You go out of your way of safety, and something, somebody, something happens. And you just cower down, and it's best to stay quiet. And you know what? That's also a lesson that the grandparents of your grandparents of your grandparents and those before that actually learned when they were still surviving in the wild, waiting until the pack of wolves passed by, that you wouldn't hear them howling anymore. And if you just kept quiet, they'd wander past. Yo. But still, those wolves might have stolen a goat or a couple of chickens, and then you'd lose. And there are other ways. Goedenavond. There are other ways that you can also lose. But that's life. You win some, you lose some. And sometimes you do it by fighting for yourself. you win. But your dad can explain the action, some extra about that, because more often than not, there's a price for a win. It's either that you really have to work for it, or maybe you got there in a way that could have been driven more by virtue. This is already 10 minutes. And there are actually 2 more important things left on that pyramid. Because I did food, your need for shelter. You want a bed over your head. You want to crawl away in a bed later tonight, won't you? My boy, he's 4. He's already tucked away in a PJ Masks bed. But I digress. After being fed, you want to feel safe. The doors are going to be shut. Mom and Dad are downstairs. You're safe. You can be snug as a rug. And that's a really good feeling if you go to that 3rd step in the pyramid. Oh. You'll have to ask someone to translate that one. Anyway, everyone has their own way of feeling happy. And that's important. And a lot of people can also be scared. And you can be scared of different things. And that's okay. Because we live in a tribe. We, mankind, your mommy and daddy, I think you also have a sister. We look out for each other. And there are more people I know that you can think of that also look out for you. So, that's always nice. It's also nice to be able to try out new things, like your new motorbike, and howl about them. Aren't you sometimes that happy that you just want to scream out? Let everybody know you're here! And that's important to do. Because then we get to the 4th step, esteem. That means being seen. And you know what? I'm talking to you. So there you are. You have been seen. And I hope I'm addressing you in the right way, so that what I'm saying actually makes sense to you. And of what is happening right around us. Everyone wants and needs to be seen. It's also how we see the world, how we see everything around us. Are we able to see it? Can you hear yourself or someone else over the noise that's around you in the world? Maybe that's around you in your heart. Can you see the boat at the horizon? What if you could put it there yourself? Where would you want to put it? On a bench nearby? On the back of your bike, so that you can take it far, far away? Or maybe you just go out like a bird and fly over the horizon and see what it is, what you want to be doing there. And something that's very important for getting there is the path. What is the path that you want to follow? What is the path that you can find? Who are you to believe when you ask advice like this little girl Alice on what the best road is for you? Not just the best road for you. And when you come to that crossroads, and you'll meet many in your life, trust me. So you have plenty of time to practice, don't worry. And for now, your mom and dad are going to take most of the difficult decisions about the different crossroads to take. They'll tell you when it's safe. They'll learn you how to look left and right, or like how I'm teaching my boy, how to first listen, then look, then walk a bit, because you also always have parked cars in our neighborhood. You check, looking left and right again. No cars, no bicycles. Then it's safe to cross the road. Don't dawdle. Get over to the other side. You'll be learning, hopefully, a lot more of those kinds of lessons. And that's actually what your dad is also now trying to do, or doing, putting out there, with the support of you and your mom and others that he's learned from. You know, and while walking those roads, while making those decisions, there are going to be some tough choices. And sometimes you'll have to fight for yourself. And other times you have to be selfless. And that, by the way, isn't always a lose. Because by being selfless, it can also be that you support your community. The ones that keep you safe. That you want to keep safe. And sometimes you have to make a sacrifice. That's what it is. And what your dad is saying, that if you make these choices, if you know how you want to make those choices, you can grow. You can grow into someone who can positively affect those around you, how they feel. Improve how safe they are. And improve your living conditions. And it's up to you to figure out the most viewpoints from the most people, most of the people that you can find around you, and then choose the best path that serves us all. I hope your dad has a better bedtime story than this one. Good night.